It's 6 a.m. in Israel. On a darkened runway, a fleet of fighter jets ignites its engines and takes to the sky. They are armed with long-range, high-precision missiles, and their trajectory is locked on Iranian territory. The mission parameters point toward a secure government compound in the heart of Tehran. This facility is heavily guarded, housing the highest levels of the Iranian regime. The target inside that compound is the nation's absolute authority. At exactly 8:05 a.m., a missiles hit, killing Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. This single strike transformed decades of tension into an expansive, multi-front regional war. These geopolitical roots trace back to the 1979 Iranian Revolution. The country overthrew a pro-Western monarchy to build a rigid Islamic republic, installing a clerical regime adversarial to both the United States and Israel. Diplomatic relations eventually collapsed. The landmark 2015 nuclear agreement fell apart, and heavy international sanctions weakened the Iranian economy. By 2025, the state was fracturing. The national currency crashed, triggering anti-government protests. The regime responded with violence, shutting down the internet nationwide to hide the crackdowns from the world. U.S. and Israeli intelligence watched this internal chaos. They saw a government stretched to its breaking point, recognizing a fleeting window to eliminate their most prominent adversary. Executing a strike on a head of state requires immense surveillance. For months, the CIA tracked Khamenei's movements, studying his daily patterns until they pinned down a high-level security meeting. The initial plan was to attack at night, but with top Iranian officials confirmed on site that morning, military commanders shifted the operation to broad daylight to capitalize on the opportunity. Bunker-buster bombs struck the Tehran compound. Within 30 seconds, the blast killed the supreme leader and 30 senior military officials. 200 fighter jets and U.S. cruise missiles immediately neutralized radar networks and destroyed missile silos along the eastern border. The surgical removal of the leadership was successful, but the broader military objective fell short. Iran's military infrastructure was deeply entrenched and decentralized, leaving its capacity to strike back functional. Tehran triggered its retaliatory protocol, Operation True Promise 4, within hours. An opening barrage of over 200 ballistic missiles was fired directly at Israeli territory. The response spread to Iran's proxy networks. In Yemen, Houthi forces abandoned a recent ceasefire and resumed strikes on commercial shipping lanes in the Red Sea. Missiles and drones tracked toward U.S. military assets across the region, including bases in Bahrain, Qatar, and Jordan. Strikes also hit major economic hubs. Drone attacks on Dubai's airport and luxury hotels closed UAE airspace, obstructing Gulf trade. The civilian toll is heavy. An airstrike near an Iranian naval base hit a girls' school in Minab, killing an estimated 175 people. The survival of Iran's missile silos and proxy networks has ensured a decentralized regional proxy war. This escalation has sparked a debate over international law. Critics are questioning whether this was a justified preemptive strike or an illegal war of choice. Washington maintains the operation was a war of necessity. The administration argues they acted to eliminate an imminent threat to American troops and global allies. U.S. intelligence assessments show that Iran was years away from a nuclear weapon. Furthermore, their ballistic missile arsenal has a maximum range of 3,000 kilometers, falling short of the United States mainland. Using an adversary's weakness as a justification for a first strike sets a dangerous legal precedent. Normalizing this behavior threatens to create a state of constant global warfare. In the United States, the administration faces constitutional backlash. The executive branch initiated a major conflict without securing approval from Congress. The human cost is rising rapidly. Casualty figures are now being reported across Israel, the UAE, Lebanon, Iraq, and Iran. The military closure of the Strait of Hormuz, a bottleneck for the world's petroleum, has triggered an immediate spike in oil prices. The operation has pushed the world to the brink of an energy crisis and doomed the region to prolonged chaos.